Hi, all. It's Jan of the Jan Files. I'm going to try to make this a quick one. I'm going to first talk about what's going on with the Epstein Oversight Committee and who testified, Sarah Kellen, last week. I also just want to talk kind of about an overview of where we're at, but let's start with what happened with the Epstein files. So Sarah Kellen testified earlier this week. She was not under oath. That does mean, though, still means that you can't lie to Congress when you're testifying, for any kind of committee. And it wasn't videotaped. The long and short of it was that, she claims that she is was both an assistant to Jeffrey Epstein for 10 years and was also abused by him for that time. That she felt like she couldn't leave because of his power and all the people that he knew. And I can believe that, right? If you are raised from a pretty young age with the idea, and you're meeting all these powerful people, you can. I understand how you would be afraid to do anything because there would be consequences. And so that's part of it. So she says that she was not only his assistant, but that she was, part of one of the people that he abused. I don't know why she didn't testify under oath. I don't know why it wasn't videotaped. It should have been. And I need to also tell you that many of the victims feel that she was part of Jeffrey's operation, including Virginia Giuffre, who wrote the book, and who committed suicide a year ago in April, allegedly, and and other victims have named her. So it's not a simple equation, but let's just talk a little bit about this situation so you get the full picture. Sarah Kellen was with Jeffrey Epstein since about 2001 and went through to, I think, about 2009. Now, he was accused in 2000, I think, 6. Some of these things overlap because they go on for so long. They don't go on for, a couple months. It's like a year or 2 years or 3 years. And she was one of his assistants at the time, along with Leslie Groff and Adriana Ross. They were all three of those women were named in the settlement agreement that Epstein entered into with Acosta. So Acosta granted these three women immunity, federal immunity, as well as Jeffrey Epstein's, other collaborators, other colleagues, whatever the word was. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, they were giving away immunity to people that weren't even fucking named in this agreement. This agreement that was kept from the victims at the time is really probably a good place to dig. And I know Julie Brown, the investigative reporter from the Miami Herald, did amazing work around all of this. And, one of the police chiefs was absolutely, I think his last name was Ryder, and is still alive, was absolutely on the up and up. But there were other people around him that were not. And so anyway, this plea deal happened. There were 40 girls who came forth and said, this happened to me. And they were treated as prostitutes. He literally said that, the two things that he agreed to in terms of charges was prostitution with a minor, right? And I think the other one was still prostitution. These girls were not fucking prostitutes. Okay. So this is where this it didn't begin here, but there is enough there they should be pulling those motherfuckers in and asking them questions. Everybody. The prosecuting attorney at the time, the woman who was there, who was shut down by Acosta and other people. We need to know more about what happened then. Because honestly, those people should be held accountable because they allowed this kind of abuse to go on easily for another decade. I mean, it was happening before in the 90s and all the way through. So this wasn't, a short period of time. This went on for decades, folks. And Sarah Kellen has a lot more knowledge than what she had testified to. She only named 3 people. Frederick Vakai, yes, the Frederick Vakai, the hair guy. He had salons. I don't know if they have salons anymore. Salons and products. It was another guy by the name of Philip Levine. He is also alive, who was a former mayor of Miami. I want to say Beach, but it could have been Dade. I don't understand all that stuff down there. But whatever. He is a mayor, real estate. He is still alive. He is still down there. And she named him, and she named Patrick Demarchelier, which was another photographer who passed away. So those are the 3 that she named in terms of, who were part of Jeffrey's inner circle at the time. I mean, 10 years, she's got a lot more fucking names. Okay, so I know the Democrats are talking about wanting to put her under a subpoena. That probably won't happen until the Democrats have power. That's all I can say, because Republicans have zero interest in getting to the truth. I don't care if it's Nancy Mace. I don't care if it's Lauren Boebert. I don't give a shit, because they still think that Trump is, exonerated. So they can both go fuck themselves. So that's where we are with the Epstein. And pay attention. Pay attention, because they probably are going to call the other 2 women that were in there, Leslie Groff and Adriana Ross, that are in that settlement agreement. Adriana Ross has testified in another trial, and she claimed the 5th Amendment 500 times. Maybe they're going to bring her in. I don't think she would show up without a subpoena. So we'll see. These women knew. They knew. And the one thing I will say about Sarah Kellen that I find to be completely bullshit was that she said she didn't think these were underage girls. Sorry. Any 20-year-old, 25-year-old knows about 14 and 15-year-olds or 16-year-olds. You can tell. Okay, so please, I find that utter bullshit. So I don't know what that's about, but that's my opinion. And as for where we are now, folks, we're in, the 4-alarm fire became 5 or 6 alarm fire, and yet still people are out there like the fucking asshole who's the quarterback for the New York Giants, Jackson Dart, introduced Trump in Rockland County the other day at a thing, and boycott Giants. I mean, that's where I'm going with everything. No CBS. I don't do Paramount, CBS, Showtime, and others, I'm just boycott. I'm just not. And honestly, at this point, I don't care if I'm not making a difference. I'm making a difference for me. And I think you need to feel that too. Do things that, even if you don't think there's this large effort behind it, do it anyway. Do it anyway for your sanity, because it'll make you feel like you're doing something. So I'm boycotting, CBS, Paramount, like I said, those people, as in addition to my normal list of, Walmart, Target, Amazon, and the list goes on and on. FedEx now, because they're in Tennessee, and they have said nothing about what's going on in Tennessee. And so there are sports teams that can be boycotted. There are products. FedEx, the dollar store, AutoZone, all have headquarters in either Louisiana, Mississippi, or Alabama. So we can do this. We just have to keep focusing on it. And so, once again, with all this fucking shit show, all these liars, supposedly as of today, the Iran war, they may be coming close to a deal. We will not have control over this Hormuz. We'll be lucky if we get back to where we were before we started this war and caused at least 13 service members to lose their lives. I believe they're lying about that too. So do what you can, stay focused, and I'll be back. Take care. Oh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye.